Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video today to talk about why a horizontal migration worm bin is perhaps inefficient and why a three compartment just won't work. Basically a horizontal migration bin, you would start the bedding out in the first side and grow the worms in that side until the bedding is all converted to castings and it's full enough or aged enough to be able to be harvested, and then you would stop feeding that first side and you would put new bedding in the second side, and then over a period of time you would only feed the second side, and that causes the worms from the first side to go over into the second side. And then when all the worms are cleared out of the first side, you can take all the castings out of there, and then again when this side here fills up, you swap them back to the other side, so they're only really using the surface area of one half of the bin. And why a three compartment won't actually work, it's people get the idea from a traditional composting method, because with composting you would use the first bin until it's full, and then you would use the second bin until it's full, and then you would use the third bin until it's full, and then you manually remove the material from that first bin and then use that one for your new material. But when we're talking about worms, again, if you can see, you'd fill this bin up first, and then you'd fill this one up and the worms would migrate into here, and then you'd fill this one up and the worms would migrate into here, and then you actually basically would want them to swap over back to the first side, and they can't actually wheel stand over the second one to get back to the first one. So that's why I always say a three compartment horizontal migration bin won't work. What I don't like about them is that if you look at this one here, you're only using half of your available surface area in that bin. The only exception to this rule is you can have what's called a wedge-shaped idea, which again I should have drawn this out to start with. But again, if space is unlimited, and quite often they do this on the ground in this sort of one, and you go like 1, 2, 3, 4 around like that, and basically the worms move from this one into that section, and then when you finish there they move around here and then round here, so that they're traveling around in a circle, and you're removing the oldest material as you go. So you could do a 3, 4 or 5 type compartment bin, like on the open ground or something like that, if you had plenty of space and you wanted to do it that way. What I actually prefer to do is, if you watch another one of my videos on the horizontal migration method of harvesting my bathtub worm farm, what I did is waited until the whole farm was half full of castings, which took just under 3 months sort of thing, and then I basically mounded all the material up into one side, all of the old bedding and the worms and everything into one side, and then I put the new stuff in this side. And over the space of about a week, a couple of times a day, I would come in and remove a little bit of castings and agitate the castings on this side, and that agitation and having the bin uncovered with the lights on drives the worms down further into the worm bin, and the new feed over this side draws the worms over into it. And over the space of about a week, I was able to harvest all of the old castings out of that bin, and really only sort of touched about 20 worms in the whole time, because they can feel you agitating the soil and moving the soil around. That drives them down, and again they go down and over, and you can watch that video. It's up on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching my video.